That's what I thought. Yeah. Hey everybody, Kyle here with Spicer Designs. No funny bullshit today. We're getting right down to business. So welcome back to the channel. Oh yeah. Hope nobody thought that was funny. Well, today's the day. Finally going to seed most of the yard, not all of it. This has been a huge stress for me this entire year, trying to get this point where everything's ready to be seeded. And the problem was there were so many projects to do in front of it that it just prolonged it from happening. One of them being the riprap wall that Adam and I installed just a week or two ago. Coming up here by the house, I had a ton of disgusting old landscaping to rip out, a lot of railroad ties. I installed the solar panels. Most of you may notice that this looks a lot different. I have a sidewalk up front now, which I'll be showing you in another video. I have some other things to finish up first, but I was able to repurpose all of the retaining wall blocks that were up there around the solar panels, which turned out pretty nice. I'll be talking more about this when I do the update on the solar panels with the Anchor F3800 battery backup system. And I threw some white stone in there, which I guess is somewhat reflective because these are bifacial panels, but whatever, who cares? It's not what today's video is about. Installed some landscaping. I put these rock walls in. I'm becoming an expert at those. Got another rock wall here with about a 2 to 3 foot ledge right over there. Graded all this out nice. There used to be that big pine tree up there. I made a video on that a while back. Over here behind the carport, I've been working on this other boulder wall. I ripped a bunch of trees out right in this area. So today's the day. We're finally gonna seed it. And to get this soil all prepped and ready for seed, we'll be using the new soil pulverizer attachment that I built. Most of you probably saw this video probably a week or two ago. I'm not sure when this is gonna post, but I'll definitely be testing this thing out today. We're gonna see how it does. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, I have some black dirt already spread in this area. Some of it is clay. So I want to start off by just kind of roughing up this clay a little bit because I want the black dirt to actually mix in with it. I don't want it to just sit on top of hard packed clay. I want it to bond with it. You know, I'm a big fan of bonding. And obviously it looks a little wet out here because not yesterday, but the day before, we got a bunch of rain, pretty much a good solid day's worth of rain. So I let it dry out all day yesterday, and I've been procrastinating as long as I could today for it to dry out some more. It should be, I don't know, manageable, I guess. We'll see. It's going to be a little bit muddier than I'd like, but it needs to get done. So we have more rain coming next week, and my window to get this seeded is officially closed. The video that I posted when I made this soil pulverizer posted this morning. So the day that you watch that video is the day that I'm seeding the grass. And lots of comments about what I should use for the stakes. They're all rigid conduit right now. That worked for me for 3 yards. So I'm going that route again. Actually, it wasn't even rigid conduit this time. It was just a heavy wall black pipe, but I mean, it's the same shit. It's just not galvanized. Some people said railroad ties, rebar, scarifiers, all kinds of different ideas. So all good ideas. I'm gonna have to get a rhythm of the motion of the ocean here. See, this is what's nice right here. It's kind of a steep spot right here on the side of this hill. I wouldn't really be able to get to this all that great with the tractor, but being that it's on the excavator, it works. almost need a tilt on it. The nice thing is I can just work my way all the way across the yard, make one pass, and then I'm done. I don't have to go back and forth 50 times in order to get this pulverized. Maybe it's quicker, maybe it's not. I don't know. Worth a try. This will be a great spot for the dog to run through and get full of mud. I'm going to come back through with the tractor and throw some topsoil in here, and then I can do a final dressing on it and get it seeded. Alright, this is going quite nice. This looks absolutely amazing. It's taken me less than an hour to get all the way over there, almost all the way across the yard. Looks really good. But I still have to put some topsoil on here, so there's more to do. Alright, I have all of that area all graded out, or pulverized, whatever you want to call it. It looks great. I mean, you can see all the little dots everywhere. That means that that roller is coming over that real nice and breaking everything up. Exactly what I wanted it to do. So this is really good. Lots of rocks. All of the girls picking them out of there. Got a nice big pile of junk. I'll be able to take this, shove it into the woods. Let's take a look at the pulverizer and see how these stakes did. Probably see it now. We got some bent ones. That one, pretty bent. Straight, 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 bent, bent, straight, 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 bent. A little less than half of them got bent, mostly from hitting rocks. So really not bad. I mean, they're bent, but they'll still work. That's all I need. The tips are bent. Right where it was real thin, it kind of bended over. The back stakes, they look like they're all straight still. Yeah. The front ones take the brunt of it. All right, now I'm gonna get the coyote out, spread a little bit of topsoil in the areas that need it, kind of run over everything with the grading scraper, smooth it out again, and then I'll make one last pass with the soil pulverizer, then we can seed it. And these two little hillbillies, they'll be the ones picking up all of these rocks in here. That's right. Get to work.
No. Like all of them.
Yeah, all of them. See all these rocks?
Today? Until our neighbors come
Yeah, start picking them up and throwing them in there. Yeah, where all the other rocks are. There you go. You throw like a girl. That's how you scoop dirt right there. We got a little problem. Not out of fuel. Still have to grade all that out. Alright, I got everything graded out. That topsoil looks pretty damn good. That grading scraper on the Coyote works really well for getting everything nice and smooth, even with dirt. Looks like the wife and kids are going to a shindig. Don't worry about me, I'll be over here working all through the night. Might say it and just get drunk. Well, I'm gonna do one last pulverizing session here with the new implement I built. I'll check back with you in the morning. Piece of shit. All right, it is the next day and I got everything prepped and ready for fertilizer and seed. I stayed out there till about 9 o'clock or so last night, and then I finished it up this morning. And the soil pulverizer held up pretty damn good. I've got a good half a dozen bent stakes. They're only slightly bent. I mean, it still does what it needs to do, so I'm very happy. So now it's time for fertilizer and seed. Before I do that, I want to give a huge thanks / shout out to my first real boss, Mr. Don Lump from Lump Lawn Service up there in Northwest Indiana. I worked for Don for about maybe 3 summers, hydro seeding lawns, doing drainage work, swale work, ditch work, a lot of lawn seeding. I also learned how to operate a zero turn. He threw me right into that, doing cemeteries, so that was quite an experience. But I learned a ton from him, so thank you, Don, if you're watching. And he's also one of the people that got me into operating equipment. I was always wanting to drive the tractor, but he never would let me. He also had a little Kubota BX just for doing some like drainage work, you know, digging in gutters and French drains and that. And it had a little backhoe on the back of it. And I wanted to run that thing so bad, but so did he. So you know how that went. What we're going to be using for fertilizer is a 12-12-12. That is what they recommended for starter. And for the seed, I decided to go with the Kentucky 31. I went back and forth on this, but here's why. I know the Kentucky 31 is somewhat of a cheaper seed. It's pretty much a mix of all fescue. For the last 38 days or something, we've had no rain, and my neighbor planted this in his front yard, and his lawn looked amazing all summer long. No issues. So this is tough grass, and that's what I need down there because it gets full sun all day. It's probably going to continue to be dry during the summers. So I want something that's going to hold up and not just dry out and die. I'd love to put a nice bluegrass out there. I mean, I'd like to listen to a little bluegrass once in a while, but I think this is the better decision. I'm not an expert though. I'm just a lawn seeding apprentice. I was probably 17 years old, 16, 17. When I worked for Don, that was, holy shit, 23 years ago. So many freaking rocks. I'll just hit them with a lawnmower, I don't give it. All right, I got everything fertilized and seeded. Obviously, nothing about that process is that entertaining, so kind of just skim through it. I'm actually gonna go pick up 2 more bags of the grass seed and just seed the shit out of this. I want it to be thick, hearty. I'm hungry. So we'll check back with you in about a week. Hopefully we have grass. Well, it's 12 days later and not seeing a whole lot of results yet. There is a slight green haze. It's not going to do as good if I would have planted it maybe in the spring or a little bit earlier in the fall, because it's starting to get chilly. I mean, we've been holding above freezing at night, averaging around upper 50s to mid 60s during the day. So still not too bad of conditions for growing grass. And my luck happens every time. We had no rain pretty much all summer, most of the fall. As soon as I planted this, within 12 days, we've had 3 torrential downpours, which probably washed most of my seed. But it's a good thing I had that silt fence in there, because if I didn't, most of that dirt would have washed all in that riprap we just placed, and I probably would have puked. Yes. So there's really nothing else I could do at this point besides watch the grass grow. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to sit here until the grass is 12 inches high, and then I'm going to mow it. Should have grabbed some beer. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'll give you guys some updates if it grows any more this year. If not, probably gonna have to wait till the spring, and I'm sure there's gonna be some touch-up needed, which is to be expected. So if you like this one, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I don't ask much, but it definitely helps. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Piece of crap chair. Actually, we've had this for like 10 years. See some critters. What the hell is going on here? These cushions, oh come on. You can't have anything nice, I swear. There's a rat around here somewhere. Another huge thanks to Adam from Hometown Acres for helping me get all that riprap in. Otherwise, I would have had no chance of getting the lawn seeded. I would have been screwed. So thanks again. Check out that video if you missed it. It was a fun video. I thought it was fun. Or don't. I don't give a